Ebe anyị ekele m nkwere ka ekwe anyị ka nọ le Odinaala Umuhuali TV, Umuhuali TV for short. Ihe anyị chọrọ ofu tanụ anyị chọrọ ọtụtụ ọnụ lee bụ ihe gbasara polygamy. Polygamy bụ English, ntapịa ya le ofu be anyị ya bụ ọlụ ivuru nwanyị. Gịnị bụ ọlụ ivuru nwanyị? Ọkọwa n'onwe ya bụ ọlụ more than one wife. Some of us, yours sincerely, the product of polygamy. Alụrụ anyị, nna m lụrụ nwanyị jini. So I'm normally a very vintage position or describe ihe anyị chọrọ ọma tanụ bụ the advantages and the disadvantages, and we are going to explain why we are having issues, conflicts in a polygamous family. We might likely not finish the discussion in one edition, but let us know how far we can go. Polygamy, reason why in those days, majorly for farm labor, to get labor, and then yearly mob was centered on farming. Ilongwa injini, motama jini, the more you farm, the more you burn. And then when we centralize conflict resolution process, they believe le nuziru ne ala through the or go da no la beba la lawyer. I remember when we were kids. When my father, yeah, Chifeza Moga, and mine from elementary 1 to 6. He had to one class. Of the love, where 1 A, B, C, D. Ezo had almost all the classes. So, what is the advantage? The advantage book la Torah gave the family. In fact, you can you could talk Iran war, Israel and Iran war. So Abasa and Ekeru. So these are part of the advantages. But basically, Lord Maka Orubo, Lord Maka protection, or Maka social relevance. Yeah, be here and here. But I must say, the problem with the polygamy can be advantage here from my own point of view. Let me take you back a little. Solomon, with all his wisdom, had 700 wives and 300 concubines. He is far from grace, but wine. Because Lord Nangol happy, really lebu. So if Solomon can fail because of polygamy, then no other wisdom direct. Solomon brought the wisdom direct, and he could not manipulate or overcome the challenges of polygamy. Obviously, I am on mere mortals. So the disadvantage to the polygamy pareka kamala iye will process. One of the most serious disadvantage to the polygamy, only obliged from different backgrounds, different DNA, different gene, and others is a type, was a thing or the good, the bad, and the ugly. And again, unnecessary rivalry among these women. And at a stage, I don't know, he will be getting older. The older he gets, the weaker he becomes to exert his authority. Ọ bụrụ mgbe ọ na-abụ onye fụ zọọ ya ga-efu nwaanyị nke fụ ichie ya, time will come when you be incapacitated. Ya bụ mgbe ha na just like what we discussed about Jile nwunye, ụmụ nwaanyị nwere ewe ha ga-handle ụmụ nwoke. Ha na-ekere ugwu mgbe niile isiri ofu ga-adịghị egwu ofu na-ekere ugwu. My uncle sile ekpere peka ya na-ekere ugwu la so ọ bụla ile akpa ike ego na-ekere ugwu la ya bụ mgbe niile adụ weak, they will start ọpapụtadere gị niile boy agwa ya of and again onye ọbụla will seem to cling to their mother, individual mothers, with their own type of advice, with their own type of incitement. Ndị gije ekwe nna gụ ewere ka dụgọ nye onye ọzọ ikwe. Ndị gije ekwe mara ka mfụnụ ịmagala mfụnụ o nyeru mama Ogechi lobe kọbụlụ bụ eliru ekpuru otubogo ịhaị. They don't care. Those women, they won't care. They can go to any length to incite the children against each other. And then there will be perpetual conflict. Ihe bụ ihe eji marụ polygamy ọlụ ọtụtụ nwanyị. It is very, very rare. You want a polygamous family, though harmonized, without being immodest. I think my family, well, I went to because I've never, since I'm Oromo, maybe that is the man. But growing up, I remember one instance, when I was in secondary school. I came with one of my friends. I know almost 4 days later, I'm at my mother. I am not saying this for self-praise. No. I'm just giving you a small instance. 4 days, I'm going to my mother. Because the way we were brought up. But that is one out of millions. I've never seen any of my brothers confronting each other verbally. I've never. Apart from, I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking of when we have grown. And what is the reason? I'll still come to the solution, the way forward. But naturally, and some of these women, our mothers, they go to extra length. Some are being very fetish. Because he had absorbed survival of the fittest, the polygamous family. So all this is a disadvantage. But moving forward, it has happened. That is why some polygamous fathers, while others are crying, I will be lamenting. This man, Ekweshigu, on your head, Doba, offered. Because it's a big time bomb. When you say the man will go, the children will start killing themselves. I call a carton job, the more they educated, the more the conflict. The man will go or kanjo. So actually, polygamy is a cankerworm that is eating deep in families that are supposed to be peaceful. What may actually court contesting one thing or the other. What may be had and they will pass it to their generation, their children, their wives. I cannot conclude this without ọkarunu reason. Maybe nji enye base and woga nji jire emeto. I'm not saying we are good. I'm not trying to promote anything. But I'm just giving instance. So when you come muta, here I end up just to teach or come mmadụ muta. Growing up, I have a senior brother, Tony. Everybody, really married Tony Ezoa. Anytime I be a roller, I notice one thing. Growing up, so obia, mgbe ọ gara arụ ọrụ, ọbịa, yeah, my mother had, yeah, you will go to my father, for hours. Then obia like my mother ọla hang in the door. Last what is the hub and there ọla go na you understand? He does that repeatedly. And all that my mother not complain. And I noticed that thing removed him from this unnecessary conflict building. Because someone you also your mother like the polygamous family labogo, vale come from Marco Becon, Malo, no, they get it, it's just how to plant conflict. And I noticed that every family who try to relegate their mothers, every polygamous family who tries to relegate their mothers to the background will excel in terms of peace. Up to today, even when my mother was alive, she will complain. I will tell her, don't worry. But he knows I am what I cannot happen to David. That even if he brainwash me, what can I do? What can the righteous do when the foundation is bad? As a kid, but that detachment rubbed off on most of us. So, and another thing, the polygamous family that I want everybody to watch out is different gene. Or just like Nwoke Yoruba Aleku Abiola. Mgbe ọ nwere ege, normally ndị be anyị amaghị ebu DNA. But ala ekele mụlụ ụmụ ya dị 300 lehed ọhụrụ lehed ọhụrụ. Mgbe e gere ume DNA, na ọ bụ ebe 50 something lehed. Which means apart from lezitekwere ụmụ nwanyị, there's every tendency to like other DNAs must have come into the family. So it's a very peculiar situation, and that is why it is difficult for me to advise anybody to practice it, because I think it has been overtaken by technology. It has been overtaken by social life. Because Kenana, then no, Obeyno Lagos, Bella, live from my mega roy, Umeran. Tell him to get no Villoniana, Roni. Omota now by liability. So I think it must have been overtaken by other circumstances. But I want to get Bo G from that polygamous family. All this advice is for us. We should try and promote the name of the owner of the polygamous family. We should try onagide mwenai makale ihe basaro polygamy abu different blood ọ dị gejile nwunye. After all, ile gelota nwanyị le cause ọbụla ya bond there. We should always give room for tolerance and bonding. Ekele m.